Hey guys, John with Cheapo Cars and Corners. Today we're doing a fleet update. Say it with me, for we walk by faith, not by sight. I was making this video earlier. I've tried to make this same video a couple times now, sitting at my desk, doing that thing like talking to the microphone. I was editing that video and I fell asleep. It was boring. So we're going to do a fleet update in a different way. I'm actually going to walk around and talk about the cars the way I used to before I don't know what happened. I stopped doing that. Let's turn the camera around. Alrighty. Helps if we back the zoom up a bit. The Blue Bullet, what's going on with it? I'm still waiting on parts. I've got almost everything I need. I'm still waiting on my front struts, right? For the coilover kit. Rear shocks are there. You can kind of see them. They're yellow. You got the Bilsteins. Kind of, something adjustable would be nice, but I'm spending a lot, so gonna stay with the Bilsteins and this little bit softer spring rate. Got new lug nuts in right in that bag. Waiting on the front struts before I can really start putting the front in. The front is going to be what's first. We're going to do the coilovers in the front, see how that is with the bolt-in subframe connectors, then do the weld-in subframe connectors, kind of see how that is. Then I'm going to put the IRS in. If you guys want to see the the coilovers in the front with, let's say, conventional rear springs in the back with the IRS and want me to review that, how that handles, probably get H&R SS rears, put those in with the IRS and the Bilstein struts, or I'm sorry, rear shocks, and then we can see how that goes. If you guys want to see that, let me know. It'd be about $250 extra to do it, but I'll do it if you guys want to see it. So yeah, still got to get a welder. Waiting on some bushings for that, but I just ordered those. These struts, though, goodness, that's been over a month. Okay, that's that. Now, bicycles are part of the fleet. I've decided that bicycles and maintenance and stuff is something I'm going to do on the channel too. So, this guy. Waiting on the new saddle. It fell over. I don't know when it fell over. Anyway, waiting on the new saddle. I've got new pedals. Going to get new grips. I've got a carbon fiber handlebar for it. I sold the Fox fork because the steerer was too short and there's not a bicycle company or suspension company in the state. I've called a few. There's none in the state that will press a new steer tube into the fork, and if they did, it would have to be a Fox steer tube, and Fox doesn't make that tube anymore. I'd have to get an aftermarket one. They won't do it. I don't have a press large enough for it, so sold the fork. It was a really, really, really nice 2011 Fox fork. No scratches on it. It was in great shape. It was barely used, so it sold on eBay in one day. So I've got to find another fork for this one. Shouldn't be too hard. You know, I'm looking for a straight steer. Outside of this stuff needing to go in this car is perfectly fine. Everything works. It's great. I don't have cruise control because of my Momo steering wheel, but I kind of wouldn't mind having cruise control back and might swap back to a factory style steering wheel. We'll see. I like the Momo one too. I need to get the horn working. If I can get the horn working, that'll make it better. Moving on in the fleet. My 2013 Trek Stash 8. This is my Ferrari of mountain bikes. I love this bike. It's got a broom leaning against it. As you can see, the tires are flat. The sealant in them, because they're tubeless, the sealant's gone bad. I'm actually going to run them with tubes. I'm a heavier guy and I run a higher tire pressure, and so I'm not worried about pinch flats so much with tubes. And the trails I ride are going to be, they're pretty tame. They don't need a bike of this kind of quality, but I like this bike, so tubes will be fine. And the tubes that I run have a bit of sealant in them. That's going to the dump real soon. I don't leave trash sitting around. Looking forward to getting that out of here because that looks trashy. The Blue Mach 1. Drove it the other day. Everything's fine. Air conditioner's kicking on and off a little bit too much, but still getting cold, so it means it's probably a little low on Freon. One of the radiator hoses sprung a leak. I don't know how exactly. It looks like it might have rubbed the harmonic balancer. I don't know. But yeah, radiator hose sprung a leak. Blew all the coolant out. You know, we get home, it's leaking like crazy. So happened within 2 miles. Car didn't overheat, but it sat here and leaked all its coolant out in the driveway. I've ordered new radiator hoses for it. Hopefully they'll be here soon, because this is one of our backup cars. It's an automatic. Both of these Mustangs are automatic, and so when we need a backup car for our main vehicles, it's one of these. That's why they're not too low. Red V6, what's going on with it? It's completely fine except for the air conditioner. Just like this one, it got low and it's just not really blowing cold anymore, so I need to recharge it or have it recharged. Other than that, this car is perfect in every way. Even the stance. I love the stance because it's lowered, but it's not too low, and it looks like these cars should have came factory. If you don't remember, what I did is Cobra, 01 Cobra front springs, which are 500-pound springs. So like a GT is like 450. The 01 Cobra and 0304 convertible Cobras were 500 pounds in the front. Then the Mach, the Bullet, and the 0304 Cobra were 600-pound front springs. So I did 500-pound front springs from an 01 Cobra, cut them a half coil to get the ride height where I wanted, no isolators. And then in the rear, I have Mach 1 springs, which are 250-pound. What's a V6, like 190, and then a GT is 210 or something like that. I think that's right. But anyway, 250-pound rear springs with, they only have the top isolators, no bottom isolators. And yeah, I think the car just sits great. It's not, it still sits, you know, up, but I'm not scraping anything. I'm not worried about hitting anything, and it's lower than factory. Honestly, I think this is a great ride height, and I might make that one a similar ride height, because it's a ride height that you don't have to worry about anything. It's kind of uncompromised. This one is for sale. There's supposed to be a lady to show up looking at it, very, very interested today. I hope she shows up. I hope it sells. I would like to get this one gone. Let's move on from that. This one, my wife's Escalade. So this, we're not driving it right now. It had a bit of a power steering leak, and then the brakes were feeling a little soft. So checked it out. Turns out the hydro boost was leaking a bit. I've done a thing that might fix it. I'm trying to take a cheap way on that one. It's not too hard to change out the hydro boost thing. I just don't like working under dashes. What I've did is I put a little bit of brake fluid in the power steering fluid. Brake fluid swells rubber. Now, if it's the type of rubber that can't handle brake fluid, it will deteriorate the rubber, but this rubber can handle it, and I'm really hoping that just swells the rubber a little bit, stops that leak. But we've got a squeal on the front left. Brakes, I just redid the brakes, so it's not that. Pretty sure it's the wheel hub, the bearings. I'll replace both fronts with probably Timken. Timken makes about the best bearings you can get. And then I've got all the parts to rebuild all this, you know, the suspension, steering, everything, new control arms, tie rods, everything. I've got everything for the front. That's a job that I'm not looking forward to tackling. And honestly, when this one sells, I might just take a little bit of that money, take this one to a shop, and have the guys at the shop redo the whole front end. It's just not something I enjoy doing. I don't mind working on stuff, but let's go check out the rest of the fleet. Before we go to look at that stuff, my truck. My truck is not here. My wife's driving it today. It is mechanically perfectly fine and great. It does have a scratch on the side that we're down to the metal, and it's starting to get a little surface rust in the scratch. I need to get that fixed. It's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars, because it was where the bump guard was down the side of the truck that I took off. And it turns out the truck had been keyed in the past, and I can still see the key mark a little bit. And they did a really cheap repaint. And they painted around that bump thing and didn't take it off. So when I pulled it off, there was the line you could see of the different paint. And then the back of it had been rubbing just a little bit. And it just rubbed through just a touch. And oh, so frustrating. But anyway, that's the only thing wrong with my truck, is just a scratch on the side. And I need to have probably half the truck repainted because of how they'll have to blend it and everything. So that'll be $5,000 probably. I hope not. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to step in the house. Dog. Hi, Pooch. Come here. Yeah, let's put your face. Let's put your face. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, scooch. Scooch. Good girl. Please excuse the full trash can that I'm just about to take out, and the floor, which is ancient. My grandma had these same floors, the same linoleum. But yeah, as you can see, there's some concrete right here showing. I took out a little half wall with some spindles here. And then we're going to take out that door, wall that in. This will be the door here. My wife's shirt business is out there right now. And it is. There's just stuff everywhere. So it's a mess. Whatever. And then in the laundry room here, this door that also goes out into the den will get closed off. Okay, back to bikes, back to bikes, back to bikes. This one. I don't want the trash can in the shot. There we go. Okay. This one, my son's Specialized Crave, is a 2014. Got the Fox fork. Got new grips on it. See the grips? Red pedals. I might replace the stickers on the fork with some like red ones that stand out more. Got a new saddle coming. Red bottle cage. And I ordered him a headset cap that's red and has a special little fun message on it between me and him. This bike here. There's some mess in my living room. I'm trying not to show it because spring cleaning. We're going through a lot of stuff. There's kind of stuff everywhere. This bike needs brakes. I bought this one new, 2014 EX7. This was a graduation present for graduating college, to myself basically. And I took the brakes off to put on another bike that I was selling that needed brakes, better brakes than it had to sell, because the brakes on it were just garbage. They were cable pull discs, which I've had some that were decent, but the ones on that one were just, you couldn't stop. So I pulled the brakes off this, put them on that bike. This bike's been sitting for 10 years with no brakes on it. I've got new brakes coming for it. Probably throw some new tubes at it and it'll be cool. The back porch is absolutely covered in things that need to get put up into different storage. Like I say, I'm going through stuff. I've got a storage building back out that way that I need to rearrange and then put some stuff in the attic and different things. There's stuff everywhere. It's been a busy week. That's why there was no Wednesday video. We're working on lots of stuff. This bike is my kind of hybrid road bike. As you can see, there's no handlebar. I will have a handlebar for it very soon. Okay, moving on. The green Bullet. What's wrong with this one? Same as the other two cars. The air conditioner is not really blowing cold anymore. And other than that, it's perfect. It's got a new clutch. It's got complete new steering. It's got new brakes front and rear. You know, it's got the Mach 1 hood and shaker. It's got the 01 Cobra bumper. It looks awesome. All the things. Let's step out here and look at it from the other side. Yeah, got the Cobra bumper. It looks good. It's awesome. It just needs kind of cleaned up. Could use probably a coat of wax. So that's the fleet. I was wearing my glasses earlier. I'm not wearing them now. Continuity issues, whatever. That's the fleet update. Why are they all kind of like they are? I can't get parts. I'm ordering parts and just waiting and waiting and waiting for stuff to come in. I've been waiting weeks and weeks for bike parts to come in. I'm waiting weeks for car parts to come in. I don't know what's going on. I can't get parts. And so, yeah, that's like the channel's kind of on hold right now because all the cars need something. And the channel's not, I'm still making videos, but like everything's on hold. I just can't get anything. Yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's a fleet update. Like and subscribe. Check out the merch store. Buy a shirt if you want. I really need to put some new designs in there. I've got them. I just haven't uploaded them yet. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.